Hello everyone, it's me NayNay01 and welcome to my first ever movie review. As you can see, we are talking. I went to see it, we were both chuffed to bits. I've still got popcorn, check that out. So let's get straight into it. Kong Skull Island just blew me away. Without a shadow of a doubt, it just, I mean, wow. I've seen all the King Kong films before, and this was amazing. I was amazed at Peter Jackson's version of King Kong, but this Kong Skull Island, just, and the ending, wow, just wow. But yeah, let's talk about the whole thing then. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna say right now, spoiler alert, I cannot contain this shit. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so it starts off. Doesn't take two minutes before you see Kong. I mean, there's a scenario. I don't want to tell too much, but there's a scenario. There's a guy. He gets into a conflict with someone, and Kong just appears, and wow. And then the film starts, and talk about Monarch that basically was in pursuit of Godzilla, and a few other bits and bobs. It's set before Godzilla, set in the 1970s. Basically, everything. I'm trying to put my brain into gear right now with this review, because I'm still in shock from, well, I say shock, amazement from what I've just seen. I'm just so buzzing. Basically, these guys, Monarch, they don't want to tell too much to everyone about what they're actually doing, but they're actually chasing monsters. So they find this island, they go, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. They bump into Kong, and what a run in it is. I mean, holy shit. I am not even joking. They're dropping seismic charges, which are these bombs which map the terrain, and this tree just out of nowhere, boom, it's helicopter. And obviously, if you've seen the other King Kong films, you see him climb to the top, and either with helicopters or aeroplanes in various movie adaptations, the planes and the choppers get the better of Kong. Not this time. This time, he destroys those choppers. They unleash on him, and he just destroys the entire lot. There's a lot of other references within the film. Great character work by Samuel L. Jackson and the rest of the cast. A lot of quotes that are taken from other films that are put into this. For example, Samuel Jackson's quote in Jurassic Park, "Hold on to your butts." He says that again in this. Brilliant, loved it. Also, Kong just looks amazing as well. I'd like to add, Kong just looks fantastic. And the fight scenes between him and the monsters, I mean, seriously, I mean, just bear with me a second. The fight scenes between Kong and the monsters is just brilliant. He does try for a jawbreaker. It sort of like gets out and one of the other things I'd like to add, that you probably see here, there is a lot of references to Godzilla in the film. There is a few mentions of him. For example, I think it's John Goodman's character that says, "We're chasing a dragon." Now, the only dragon character I can really think of is Godzilla. He's a big lizard, he's fire breathing, he's a dragon. and they're basically in pursuit of him. They mentioned the bomb that was mentioned in Godzilla when they tried to kill something. You see a ship that was sunk and there's scratch marks in it. All these references to Godzilla. Now, I'm very excited because the ending is just amazing. But we'll get to the ending in a second. The rest of the film, the characters, they drop seismic bombs. Kong jumps out, destroys his helicopter, and he just annihilates the whole thing. And then Samuel Jackson's character, he just... This picture here, right here, is the moment that Samuel Jackson vows vengeance upon Kong. He's just lost a load of his men. Not all of his men. I'm not going to tell you who dies or whatever like that. But basically, Samuel Jackson gets pissed off. And he's like, yo monkey, I'm going to send your fucking fur off. And funny enough, he does. I'm not going to say how. It is amazing. And they alert Kong to their presence. After a load of stuff's happened, they alert Kong to their presence. There's a giant spider in it as well. Holy hell. But we'll talk about him in a second. They lure him to him, and Kong is stood there, and they're there with the guns, and you think, they ain't got a chance. I literally said that to my dad. I was like, they don't stand a chance. And he looked at me and he's like, I know, son. And then Kong just runs at him, and they actually trap him, and they think, well shit, we've got him. But no, do they chuff. He's like, Rah! The spider, that was a tricky bugger. I mean, they're walking through this forested area, this wooded area, and they're like bamboo sticks, big thick bamboo sticks, you know the kind. And they're walking through, and then this guy goes to drink some water, and straight down his throat, I kid you not, holy shit, he gets a gigantic spider leg rammed down his throat. Holy hell. Absolutely amazed. Absolutely amazed. And they shoot the spider. It's not really, I can't say it's a spider because it's not really a spider. It is a spider, but it's like a fucked up mutated one. Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking... There you go. I can't even describe it. It's just a mutated spider with really long legs that are like bamboo sticks. And as bamboo sticks, they slice through it. Anyway, the ending. The ending was brilliant. The ending was fantastic. The fight with Kong and the so-called Big One, if you've seen the trailers. He does have a good, decent fight with it. Now, moving on from the ending, if you've probably heard about a post-credit scene, there is a post-credit scene. Me and my dad were sat there, we're waiting, the credits were going up, and we were like, come on, seriously. But the wait was worth it, and I mean worth it. There is a post-credit scene, guys. Stay after the credits. A load of people were getting up and they were leaving, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? A few kids stayed and a few guys behind us. That was it. There was maybe six of us that stayed for the post-credit scenes. They missed out. They have missed out. So, you see, I can't think of the names now. Him who played Loki in Avengers, I can't think of his name. Holy hell, my mind is fried. Him and this lass are in this room, and some of the other survivors come in, the Monarch survivors, and they're like, okay, Kong, he's not the only king. And then they put on this projector and they show some of these cave drawings. Spoiler alert! I'm not joking right now. Holy shit. Okay. They have these cave drawings. And if you're familiar with the other Godzilla films, like I am, and the King Kong films, the some of the characters are revealed with on the cave drawings, these ancient cave drawings. Okay, so you see this cave, you see these guys walking into this cave, and then boom, right there, you see none other than a cave drawing of Godzilla. I kid you not. Then you see another one of Rodan. Then you see another one of Mothra. Yeah, I'm not even joking. And then you see a final one of, well, it's not a final one. The final monster picket line one is King Ghidorah, the three-headed space dragon. And then you see another one of King Ghidorah and Godzilla and a load of other monsters basically battling it out. And then the screen goes dark, you hear Kong's roar, and then immediately after that you hear Godzilla's roar, and it is, I mean, it's already been confirmed that King Kong and Godzilla are going to face each other literally right here. You can see from one of the posters I've got here. Woo! And that is set to be released, I think, in 2020. I'm not sure. You've got Godzilla 2, which I've read a little bit about, and apparently that is having King Ghidorah and a few others involved, like Mothra and Rodan. But King Kong and Godzilla are set to face in 2020. Another thing I'd like to add, that a lot of people, if you've watched it, you'll get it, but if you haven't, then this is something you need to know. A lot of people know that King Kong is going to face Godzilla, but they're thinking, well, how? I mean, size difference. I mean, King Kong's only 100 and something feet tall, whereas Godzilla's 350 odd feet tall. There's a massive size difference. It is explained in the film very, 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 very cleverly, and I'll explain. Some guy, I literally can't think of the characters right now. Oh my god. Some guy, the guy with the beard, he says to Loki, I'm going to call him Loki because that's the only way I know him, and a few of the other survivors, he says, talking about skin crawlers or skull crawlers. I think it's skull crawlers. My mind is actually fried. You can probably tell. Oh god, I should have done this morning. He explains that Kong's parents died. You see them in a cemetery, and Kong is basically the god, the king of the island, and he's protecting the human inhabitants as well as the guy with the beard. And he's quite a decent monkey, and he's the last of his kind. He's the last of his family. But he goes on to explain that he's growing. Okay, Kong is only young. He's growing. Now, take into consideration that this film is set in the 70s. Godzilla is set more or less in today's time, in between 2014, 2016, whatever, 2017. It's in our present timeline. King Kong's got some decent time to grow up to Godzilla's height and standard. Now, obviously, you presume that Godzilla's stopped growing. You presume he's an adult, and obviously that is how the size comparison is going to work. Now, whether Godzilla is gonna, I don't know, he's obviously gonna have the upper hand with his atomic fire breath, but Kong, I don't know whether because he's gonna grow, he's gonna become a lot stronger. Is he gonna gain the upper hand with his immense strength, which is demonstrated in Kong Skull Island? He has one of the scenes, or one of the screenshots and scenes that is very how can I put it, confusing to a lot of the people who haven't seen the film yet, is the bit where he's in the chains. You probably haven't seen it yet, but he gets wrapped in chains. basically he's in a fight with one of the school crawlers. He gets knocked by the big one into an abandoned ship, and it looks like the anchor chains or something gets wrapped around him, and he literally cannot move. He's like, holy hell. And then yeah, but he does get out of it, and he is just, yeah, the film was amazing, as you can probably tell from the screenshots. But yes, King Kong versus Godzilla is set for the works. It is confirmed. They are doing it, and Godzilla 2 is obviously going to be amazing. That comes out, I think, next year, 2018. And I'm very excited. I cannot lie. I'm buzzing even now after watching Kong Skull Island with my dad. It is. We were just like, holy hell. It's just brilliant acting by the cast, and the film is just all round good. Okay, where Godzilla, I like Godzilla, but I don't fail to see the mishaps with it. I think it's an okay film. I think it could have been better, but with Godzilla, I felt like it was more the soldiers chasing Godzilla, and you hardly saw him. With Kong Skull Island, you see Kong, okay? You see him right from the very beginning. Within 10 minutes of the film, not even 10 minutes, he is there. He is in your face. And then, literally, about another 10-15 minutes after that, you see him in his full body glory, and he is like, from this picture, taking on the choppers. From this one, I'm pretty sure he eats a guy. Okay, you don't really see it. You just see the bit where he's taking down the choppers. He's got one above his head, and he's like shaking it. A guy's hanging on for his life. He lets go, and he falls in line with Kong's mouth. You don't see him go in. You don't see Kong eat him, but he falls in line. And the scene quickly switches to someone eating a sandwich. So you put 2 and 2 together. It's self-explanatory, really. Kong munched on him. Another thing that Kong eats is a giant squid. You've probably seen a few other screenshots of that. He gets a few cuts and bruises from fighting the chopper. No, that he's worried about. And then he comes into this big river, and he's there. He drinks a bit of water, tends to his wounds a little bit. And then he looks at the water, and he dips his finger in the water. Just plop. And next minute he's pulling this huge, gigantic squid out. It is like, it wraps around him, and he literally stands on its head and pulls its tentacles off, and then before you know it, he's munching on it. He's literally like it's spaghetti. It is. Wow. So that is everything that I can literally think of right now. My mind is just with excitement and buzziness and just pure awesomeness at how cool this film is. I've read a lot of bits online about it, like people not really liking it that well, and I was like, why? I've just seen this. I was like, why? It's brilliant. It really is. It's got references all over the place. It's Kong. It looks amazing. He is amazing, and to say he's only young, he's like a baby. He's like, I keep looking up. This is a bad habit. I'm supposed to look at the camera. He's only young, and he's immense size and strength. And I mean, comparison to Godzilla, he's tiny. You know. He's like 200 odd feet off, but he don't muck about, basically. He really don't. But he does show some compassion, and another reference to the other King Kong films. Where he falls in love with a woman. It's happened in all the films. There's that compassion again with the team's photographer. She's there. She's taking pictures of everything, and there's a moment where Kong comes up to this cliff. She puts a hand on him, and then something happens where he's fighting the giant skullcrawler. She falls off the cliff. He kills the giant skullcrawler, and then he rescues her. And it's just, you can see the look in his eyes. He's like, pretty, you know, that primal, pretty sort of thing. But yeah, I personally, I like Kong Skull Island. No, fuck that. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see Godzilla 2 and Kong versus Godzilla. That is just gonna be epic. One final note before I go. If you haven't seen Kong and you are a big fan of either Godzilla or Kong or both like I am, I highly recommend it. I really do. I would go and see it. It's all down to personal preference as well. You might not like it as much as I have, but if you're a fan, then you probably will like it. But yes, that's pretty much it, really. I can't think of what else to say without going through the entire film. But yeah, that's my first movie review. Switch over to that now about my movie reviews. My movie reviews will be based on all films, in a nutshell. Films past that have been done, that have been out for years, new films like Kong Skull Island, and that's pretty much it, basically. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, guys, for more videos, movie reviews, gaming videos, animated movies, you name it, amateur films, obviously. Then subscribe, and obviously you'll be able to keep up to date with all my content. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Go see Kong Skull Island. Seriously, you need to see it. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's it for now, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. See you again real soon. Ta-ta for now.